Hello everyone. Imagine a wedding where one of the partners isn't alive. Sounds strange, right? But did you know that in some cultures and legal systems, marrying a deceased person is possible? Today, we'll dive into this intriguing topic and explore whether it's legal to marry a dead person in India. Stick around because what you're about to learn is truly fascinating and may surprise you. In today's video, we'll cover 1. Introduction to posthumous marriage. What is it and where does it occur? 2. Legal perspective in India. Is it legally recognized? 3. Cultural practices, tradition and rituals in India related to marrying the dead. 4. Case laws, relevant case laws and judgments. 5. Recent updates, any developments regarding the topic. 6 is conclusion and the recap, summarizing key points and closing thoughts. Posthumous marriage or marrying a deceased person is not just a fictional concept. It has historical and cultural roots in various parts of the world. The practice is recognized in countries like France, where it's legally permissible under specific conditions. For instance, the French Civil Code allows posthumous marriages if the President of France grants approval, provided there are significant reasons and the deceased intend to marry while they were alive. This practice dates back to World War I, where fiancés of soldiers who died in battle were allowed to marry their deceased partners posthumously. However, posthumous marriages is not confined to France. It also is seen in some traditional African societies and parts of China, where ghost marriages are performed to pacify restless spirits and maintain family honor. In India, the legal system does not explicitly recognize the concept of posthumous marriages. The Indian legal framework, governed by personal laws based on religion and secular laws, does not provide provisions for marrying a deceased person. Marriage in India is considered a union between two living individuals, as per the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955 and other personal laws. The fundamental requirement for a valid marriage is the consent of both parties, which obviously a deceased person cannot provide. The Hindu Marriage Act, for instance, stipulates that marriage is a sacred bond between two living individuals. Similar stipulations are found in Special Marriages Act of 1954 and other personal laws like the Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872 and the Muslim Personal Laws Sharia Application Act of 1937. Despite the lack of legal recognition, certain cultural practices in India resemble posthumous marriage. One such practice is the Preta Kalyanam or the marriage of the dead. This ritual is primarily seen in rural parts of South India. The ceremony involves the symbolic marriage of deceased individuals, often to fulfill astrological or spiritual beliefs. These marriages are conducted with great care and follow traditional customs, although they do not have any legal standing. Preta Kalyanam is typically performed to appease the spirits of unmarried individuals who died young. It is believed that conducting such a marriage can bring peace to the departed soul and protect the family from bad omens. The ceremony mirrors a traditional wedding with rituals like the exchange of garlands and the tying of Mangal Sutra, albeit symbolically. Similarly, in some parts of Maharashtra, there is a custom called Nari Kalyanam, where young boys and girls who died before marriage are symbolically married off to ensure their souls attain peace and do not bring misfortune to the family. While there are no direct case laws regarding posthumous marriages in India due to its non-recognition, there are several related legal precedents and discussions. For instance, Lata Singh vs. State of Uttar Pradesh. This case emphasized the importance of personal liberty in choosing a partner. While not related to posthumous marriage, it highlights the judicial perspective on individual rights in marriage. The Supreme Court ruled that adults having the right to marry whomever they choose, free from societal pressures. This case underscores the necessity of consent, which is impossible to obtain from a deceased person. The second case is Shafin Jahan versus Ashokin KM. This judgment underscored the autonomy of adults in making marital decisions, again pointing towards the emphasis on consent and individual rights. The Supreme Court reiterated that the right to choose a life partner is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. This reinforces that marriage is a consensual contract between two living individuals. These cases reinforce the Indian judiciary's stance that marriage requires the active consent and participation of both individuals involved. As of now, there haven't been any legislative changes or judicial pronouncements that recognize posthumous marriage in India. However, discussions about evolving family laws and individual rights continue, indicating that legal perspectives may shift in future. The Law Commission of India has in the past recommended reforms to make personal laws more inclusive and reflective of contemporary social values. Although posthumous marriage hasn't been a focal point, these discussions highlight the dynamic nature of legal reforms. Let's recap what we have discussed today. First, posthumous marriage, an intriguing concept recognized in some countries but not legally in India. 2. The legal perspective. Indian laws do not permit marrying a deceased person due to the necessity of consent. 3. Cultural practices. Rituals like Preta Kalyanam are practiced in some parts of India. 4. Is case laws. Highlight the importance of consent and individual rights in marriages. 5. Recent updates. No current changes in legislation or recognition of posthumous marriage in India. While the idea of marrying a deceased person is fascinating, holds cultural significance in some regions, it remains outside the boundaries of legal recognition in India. The emphasis on mutual consent and active participation in marriages under Indian law leaves room for such practice. However, cultural rituals continue to preserve these unique traditions, showcasing the diversity and complexity of marriage practices in India. Thank you for watching. If you found this topic interesting, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more engaging legal insights. See you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.